Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. We are escaping from the Valuan Grand Fortress once again, so let's continue forward. And we use our cannon room key to unlock the door and get moving. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be our ticket to the outside. It's kind of an interesting map, as you can see. And we're going to see something rather large here. Check this thing out. Man, I don't know, like, why you would even bother building a missile this big. Like, what are you looking to do? Destroy an island? I mean, come on, look at this thing. This is, like, bigger than most ships, even. No, they're packing some serious firepower on this thing. What the? This cannon's new, and it's huge! This thing's big enough to wipe out an island. Yeah, really, that's what I said. We can run through the barrel to the other side. Hey, what happened to Gilder? Sorry about that. Let's get moving. Hey, where'd you go? I just had to take care of something. Don't worry about it. We should get out of this dump. My men are about to attack. Okay. Guess that works. We'll just take your word for it. So yeah, a little bit, kind of a little bit scary, I think, but we're going to run through this barrel to the other end. I don't really see why they would be firing that cannon, but if they did, it'd pretty much be lights out for us. But thankfully, we're safe now. So yes, here we are on the outside. This is pretty much the Grand Fortress wall right here we're looking at. You can see these are all the different cannons that are on it and stuff. So we're right outside the front of Valua, and of course, all the stuff out there. Alright, so let's continue on forward. We are going to have some random battles out here. We're almost certainly going to get one before we reach the next destination. And there's a couple interesting enemies. I don't know if we'll see them. Oh, well, what do you know? We actually made it here. You can see there is a door on down there, but it's actually locked for the time being, so we're just going to use this elevator. My men are right on time, but we're running a little late. Whoa, look at that firepower. Hey, what about Clara? I'm sure she can hold her own, I think. Yeah, they're picking a serious fight there. Really, you don't need to fire that thing. Come on now. Oh, man. Wait, look down there. They actually have a bigger cannon than that. You see that? Man, that's crazy. That cannon we ran through, it just exploded. The explosion took out that whole area. They won't be putting that fire out anytime soon. I left them a little present. Are you two ready? Here's where the real fun begins. Alright, well, hey, I guess that helps out then. But did you see that, though? Like, if you look down and to the left from when they were firing, there's actually a cannon that was larger than that. I mean, can you even imagine? Like, what would you really need to be firing that thing at? It's crazy. Alright, so I'm really surprised, actually, we haven't gotten into any random battles out here. So, alright. Well, I guess that works. You know, waste a little less time. I guess that's always good. So, I'm definitely not complaining about not having random battles. Ramirez. Ramirez, why? Why are you fighting for the Valuans? What about our orders? What about the elders? Lord Ramirez, it's an emergency. One of our cannons exploded and the entire deck is on fire, but no enemy shells hit that area. Look at the guards just running around out there, by the way. I imagine it's just the same ones running back and forth in a panic. Find out the cause of the fire and report back to me. In the meantime, stop firing and set the fortress in defensive mode. There are only 2 or 3 ships attacking. Their effect on the wall will be minimal. Yes, sir. I fight for Lord Galshan. That is all you need to know. Ramirez. Yeah, and it seems like there's a connection also between Fina and Ramirez. It seems like she definitely knows him, and maybe even looks like they were sent on the same mission, remember? And she just asked, what about our mission? What about the orders? What about the elders? So, yeah, we'll definitely have to learn more about that as the game goes on. Huh? I can hear someone talking on the other side of this door. Everyone, remain calm. The Grand Fortress isn't about to crumble under the firepower of a few ships. Anyone who deserts his post will have to deal with me personally. Yes, Admiral Ramirez. I will go investigate the cause of the explosion. 2 of you stay here and guard the girl. The rest of you, follow me. Yes. Who was he telling to die? Was he telling his soldiers to die? Kind of a random placed line there. Alright, well, I guess it paid off that we waited. We wouldn't want to run into that guy. So, just 2 guards down there. Don't want to go that way. I probably shouldn't follow them. It looks like this is probably where Fina's being held. These guys have very poor eyesight, apparently. I can just kind of run around and they don't do anything. Until you get really close. I can even get this close. Look at this. I guess they really just don't care, do they? Alright, so once again, we have a fairly easy battle. This is exactly like the one we had before. Got 2 officers, so, and we even have more people around this time, so it'll definitely be a pretty simple battle. Alright, so let's, switch over. Actually, you know what? We have enough to do Cutlass Fury, so let's do that. Take one of them out, and have the other 2 attack the officer. I don't think they'll be able to do enough to actually take the other one out. Oh, whoops. I put them all in the same one. Oh well, just waste Aika's turn. It probably wouldn't have mattered, though. Unless he got a critical hit there, it probably would have mattered then. Alright, so let's have Vice go ahead and take this guy out. It's nice when you get enough spirit points to be able to use Cutlass Fury like every turn. It really helps out. Alright, so that was definitely pretty easy. And we found the harbor key in the pocket of the Valuan soldier. Fina, we came to get you out of here. Vice! We got here as soon as we found out where you were. Are you okay? Yes, I am. Thank you. It's strange. The first time you rescued me from the train, I was really surprised to see you. But this time, I knew that you'd come for me. I knew you'd find me. Oh, Fina, after all we've been through together, I swear on my oath as a Blue Rogue that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. I know. Good one, Vice. I didn't know you were so smooth with the ladies. Getting jealous, Eika? I bet you wish the Vice would say stuff like that to you. I don't need to hear him say those things. I know he'd do the same for me. Whenever I'm in trouble, I have faith that Vice will always be there to save me. He already saved me once today. Good point. Can we save the mushy stuff for later? We just broke out of prison and we're still in Valua. Alright, but how exactly are we going to get out of here? Well, since we're in the Grand Fortress, there should be Valuan ships docked all over the place. We can borrow one of those. We should be able to reach the docks from the bottom floors of the fortress. We'll have to backtrack a little, but we should be okay. So, we'll take the elevator back down and look for a ship. Alright, let's go. Alright, and Fina has rejoined. Once again, though, make sure we do re-equip her. For some reason, she loses everything, so let's go ahead and put the Maiden's armor back on. And I don't remember what she had. I think she had, yeah, the Gem of Fluidity, so that'll work. Alright, so our next objective is to head back down and steal a ship. We're basically going to go back to that locked door that I pointed out before, so yes, we are going to have to backtrack a little bit. It's not too bad. It's a pretty quick walk. Alright, so back we go then. and we're back outside. I guess the battle's still going on. I don't really see anything happening, but I would assume they're still firing and all that. Alright, so back... Oh, there we go. There's the random battle. I knew we'd get one eventually. Alright, so let's see what we've got. Yeah, so these guys. Now, these guys are actually very interesting. They're destroyers. Alone, they are very weak. Pretty much anyone should be able to take them out with just one hit. But they have this skill that they can rarely use that's called Emergency, where they will basically all kind of form together to make sort of like a clone of Antonio, actually. It's really interesting. And he ends up like he has like a boss death animation. He's got all the same moves that Antonio had, like the Thunder of Fury. So it's actually pretty interesting if you can get him to do that. It makes the battles take a little while, but like I said, it's really, really cool. So as long as Gilder can get Gunslinger off, we're pretty much guaranteed not to see it. But we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, yeah, it's using Search. Yeah, they kind of waste a lot of turns. They can also call allies. There you go, just like that. They did do that a lot. That one failed, though. You can always tell, because if it succeeds, they'll kind of like spin around like that. And I'll tell you, they're just doing exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll see if the battle goes on long enough for them to actually do that. I would really like to show it. I mean, it would kind of take a little while in the end, but I think it'd be really cool to actually see. To that end, I suppose I could just sit there and guard the whole time, but, you know, don't really like doing that. Okay, yeah, it looks like Feist is going to take it down before they can do it. But, like I said, it's actually really interesting, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get a battle later where it'll happen. Alright, so now, forward to the elevator again. Or I guess backwards to the elevator, technically. What's going on? Hey, look! The fortress is rotating. Now's our chance. We should find a ship and get out of here. Alright, that definitely sounds like a good idea. Alright, so now we can continue forward to that door that we ignored before. You can see we're going to unlock it with the harbor key. And in we go. Now we're getting pretty close to the end of this section, actually. There's only a couple more rooms we need to go through. Now this one, there are no random battles as long as you avoid all the searchlights. You can see on each level there's some searchlights going around. Basically, as long as you can avoid them, you will avoid all the battles as well. So yeah, the first one's pretty easy. You can generally just run straight to the left. Now this one is a little bit tricky because it likes to change between going like to the top of it and to the bottom of it quite a lot. So let's wait for it. There we go. Let's see, kind of halfway through it'll sort of switch back to the lower part. Then go back to the upper when it goes back. So you kind of just have to figure out that pattern. But there is a moonberry down here which we want to get. We've actually picked up quite a lot of moonberries, but we're going to wait to use them for a little bit. And you'll see why once we do that. I mean, there's not really a whole lot we can learn right now that's super helpful anyway. Let's see if we can make it to the stairs. Nice, we did. Whoa, like, oh man, I didn't see that one going back. Oh well. I think actually if you do this, you can get into battles with destroyers again. Yes, okay. So what I think I might actually do is just kind of sit here and guard until they do what I mentioned before. So I may end up doing a little editing here, but I'm going to sit around and see if I can get it to happen again. Okay, here it is, emergency. So you can see it's going to kind of spin around here. I'm assuming this always succeeds. You can see they kind of explode, and a new enemy enters the battle, Cantor. And you can see he looks exactly like Antonio. Alfonso's pet. We've got actually a lot of SP because I was just kind of sitting around. It only took a few turns, actually. It wasn't too bad. So we're pretty much going to treat this guy just about like a boss. He's really not that tough, but again, he does have Thunder of Fury, so it's a good idea to at least stay somewhat on the cautious side. We're going to go ahead and have Gilda use Gunslinger as well, just because we got plenty of SP. So you can see that's a decent amount of health. I mean, it's nothing too terrible, but it's about like boss caliber, I guess, or maybe more of a mini-boss. So let's see what he does here. Okay, an attack. But like I said, he can do that Thunder of Fury, so you might want to watch out for that. It can actually be somewhat damaging if you're not careful. But we'll take him out here. And you can see whenever he dies, he actually sits there and does the explosion and all that too. So like I said, that's actually really interesting to me. I think that's so cool. And something that I actually didn't know until I started doing this LP. I'd never seen that happen before. So it's really cool. You know, we can all discover new things. Alright, so for now, let's see if we can make it to the end of this. There we go. And, oh wait, no, actually we don't want to go. We need to go up. There's a treasure chest. I forgot. We haven't gotten that yet. Alright, so let's go back up. Thankfully, we avoided the searchlight. And once we do this, you can see we're going to be thrown into another battle. You can probably guess what this is going to be. And yes, it's our old buddy Zivelin Bane. Now, since there are 4 of us this time, they did actually beef him up quite a bit. He's kind of more on par with where he's supposed to be. Still red, though, so purple is definitely the way to go. Again, we're going to be guarding with everyone else, giving Vice the Glyph of Might. You know how this thing works. And unfortunately, he attacked first before he could get the item out on him, but that's fine.
This should work.
So yeah, his attacks in this phase are basically the same as all the other ones. He can do his regular attacks, he can do burst, which does about 900 to 1,000 damage unguarded, so just something to watch out for there, but he should be down next turn. Yep, there's burst. Yeah, you can see Gilder took quite a bit more. Eika actually could have used a heal before going into it, but that's fine. She should survive. I don't see why she wouldn't. And we'll just guard with everyone else. I believe this Cutlass Fury will do it. And down he goes. Oh, he was actually guarding that turn as well, but that's alright.
Now that was fun.
Alright, also picked up a Sylph Seed from that, and inside the treasure we get the Unholy Dagger. No, unfortunately, not a weapon for Vice. Again, just something to sell to the merchant. So let's go ahead and use up that Sylph Seed. Let's see, there it is. Increases quick. I guess we'll give that to Vice. I like him being fast. And yeah, this is the Unholy Dagger. It's just a valuable treasure. Alright, so let's make our way back down to the inn here. Let's see if we can, yeah, avoid the spotlight again. Let's down the upper part. Oh man. When's it gonna come back? Is it gonna come? Oh man, there it is. Oh. Alright, so, well, that was kind of dumb, but thankfully we avoided it that time. But I think I'm going to actually stop right here, because this is the door we need to go through, so next time we will head through. I'm going to pause to make sure I don't get accidentally hit by a spotlight or anything. So, yeah, next time we'll continue on through and maybe finally make our escape from the Valuan Grand Fortress again. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.